There's a reason the rich stay rich, and it's not just hard work. It's because the wealthiest people on earth play by a different rulebook, one they never gave you access to. They're not sitting in motivational seminars. They're not listening to hustle podcasts. They're living by a set of laws, invisible, unspoken, and brutally effective. These laws don't get taught in schools, and they're not posted on Instagram, but they shape every private jet takeoff, every real estate deal, every empire built behind closed doors. And here's the cold truth. If you're not playing by these laws, you're playing to lose. This video isn't about generic advice. It's about decoding the actual principles that separate the world's top 1% from the rest. Some of these will challenge everything you've been taught. Some will piss you off. But all of them are real, and they're the reason the elite don't. Fear recessions because they control the board, while everyone else fights over the pieces. Let's pull back the curtain. Here are 18 power laws of wealth, the ones the elite never wanted you to know. 1. Law of asymmetric baits. The rich don't chase guaranteed paychecks, they chase asymmetric baits. They're not gambling. They're betting where the odds are tilted unfairly in their favor. A $50,000 stake in a startup that could return $10 million. A plot of land in a forgotten corner of town that becomes a mall. A licensing deal on a patent. No one understands, yet they know they only need one to hit. Most people seek safety, the elite seek leverage. Because in asymmetric baits, the downside is capped, but the upside? Infinite. You only need to be right once. And when they buy the entire board. Wealth isn't built slowly. It's built asymmetrically through lopsided wins no one saw coming. 2. Control greater than ownership. The rich don't always own the asset. They control it. A building in Manhattan doesn't have their name on it, but it's theirs through a shell corporation. The yacht leased through a holding company in Bermuda. The product licensed under a trust with offshore beneficiaries. Because control gives power without exposure. It's the puppeteer behind the curtain, and while others flex titles and deeds, the elite smile quietly, knowing no lawsuit, no audit, no scandal can trace the strings. Ownership makes you a target. Control makes you untouchable. If you want to build generational wealth, own nothing, control everything. 3. Build cash flow first, status later. The middle class buys a Benz before they can afford brake pads. The elite? They wear the same hoodie for 5 years until the dividends pay for 10 because they know cash flow is the game. Before Rolex, before Lambo, before first class, they stack rental income, royalties, private equity returns. They delay gratification with monk-like discipline. Why? Because once the asset base is strong, the lifestyle pays for itself. First, get rich, then look rich. It's not that they don't enjoy luxury. They just make sure their investments can fund it on autopilot. The moment you buy status before streams, you're owned by the lifestyle, not the other way around. For the invisible income rule, the elite don't rely on salaries. Salaries are taxed first and spent last. They structure income invisibly through assets. Rental checks, royalty flows, dividend yields. Cash that trickles in without alarms, clocks, or bosses. It's not about secrecy, it's about strategy, because income that isn't loud, doesn't get targeted. They know if everyone can see how you make money, you're not rich, you're exposed. The truly wealthy? They stay in the shadows, not on stages. They don't brag about what they earn. Because silent streams flow longer in this game, visibility is vulnerability. The goal isn't to flaunt your income. It's to make it invisible and inevitable. 5. Scale through systems, not sweat. The middle class trades effort for income. The elite, they build machines. Automation, teams, licensing, SOPs, equity partnerships. Every dollar they earn, they ask, how can I make this happen without me? Because hard work maxes out, systems don't. They hire operators, not just employees. They license IP, not just sell hours. They build businesses that pay them while they sleep, vacation, or die. If you're stuck in the grind, ask yourself, what's the machine I can build here? Because until you remove yourself from the bottleneck, you're not scaling, you're spinning. The truly rich don't just work hard once, they build systems that work hard forever. 6. Leverage is the master key. Every empire you admire was built on leverage. Not more effort, more advantage, capital, people, code, media. The elite don't write every word, they hire ghostwriters. They don't sell every product, they license. They don't run every ad, they build affiliates. They use OPM, other people's money, OPT time, and OPE effort like chess pieces. Because without leverage, you're just one person working 1 hour at a time. Wealth comes from multiplying results without multiplying input. If you're doing it all yourself, you're not building wealth, you're playing small. Leverage is the master key. Use it or stay locked in place. 7. Reputation is currency. Cash opens doors. Trust opens kingdoms. The elite guard their name. Like an asset in high net circles, one introduction, one deal, one handshake can alter everything. And that access, it's granted by reputation. Because you can't buy trust, but you can trade on it. They show up on time, deliver quietly, keep their word. No scandals, no chaos, no desperation. In the rooms where billion-dollar decisions are made, your character speaks louder than your pitch deck. Remember, reputation compounds faster than money. Guard it, grow it. And one day, your name alone will be enough to close the deal. 8. The solve for wealth filter. The rich don't ask, is this fun? They ask, does this increase my net worth? Every calendar invite, every conversation, every deal is filtered through that lens. Is it moving the needle or just filling? The day they understand busyness is a trap. Meetings without money behind them declined. Friendships that drain energy replaced. Businesses that don't scale cut. Their internal monologue is brutal. Is this making me richer or just busier? It's not about being cold. It's about being clear. If you want financial freedom, you have to filter like the free do. Discipline isn't restrictive, it's directional, and direction is how you build wealth. 9. Proximity is profit. Wealth doesn't happen in isolation. It blooms in ecosystems. The elite know the room you're in shapes the reality you live. Ideas, capital, introductions, they all compound through proximity. You're not just absorbing tactics, you're absorbing temperature. Sit at tables where $10 million deals are normal, and soon, so is your ambition. You become the average of your 5 richest friends. It's not a motivational quote, it's math. Environment rewires expectations, so if your circle isn't growing, neither are you. Audit your associations like your investments. Your income is a trailing indicator of your inner circle. Change your inputs and watch your net worth catch up. 10. Time billionaire mentality. Money is abundant, time is not. The ultra-wealthy don't just accumulate dollars, they protect hours, they outsource ruthlessly. Automate decisions, say no, fast and often. They're not busy, they're precise. Their calendar reflects their values, not other people's demands, because while the world chases money, they guard time like gold. It's like owning a private island of attention, calm, clear, undisturbed. The lesson, don't trade time for scraps. Buy it back because every hour reclaimed is compound. Wealth in motion, you can always earn more money. You'll never get more time. 11. Wealth is hidden and boring. The rich don't chase shiny, they chase scalable. The average person scrolls for crypto tips. The elite? They buy warehouses, code backends, acquire plumbing companies. It's not sexy, it's silent, but it pays consistently, predictably, massively. Logistics, waste management, software integrations. Old money hides there because boring equals defensible. And loud opportunities, usually too late. The wealthiest people you've never heard of are operating behind The scenes, no Instagram reels, no LinkedIn flexes, just quiet domination. The takeaway, don't follow hype, follow math, margins, and models. Real wealth is dull on the outside and rich beneath the surface. 12. Play the long game the broke want now. The rich want forever, fast money fades, legacy wealth compounds. That's why the elite make 10-year plays. They buy land, not lottery. Tickets, they build brands, not just followers. They let compound interest do the heavy lifting. While others chase dopamine, they chase duration. They know consistency beats intensity. And reputation, like capital, multiplies over time. So slow down, zoom out, your 30s are planting. Your 40s are blooming, your 50s harvest. The millionaire sprint, the billionaire stroll. Because in wealth, the tortoise always wins. 13. Information asymmetry advantage. The rich don't Google for advice, they pay for access. Quiet circles. $1 to 5K masterminds, private intel. Why? Because money flows to those who know things others don't. While most scroll TikTok for finance tips, the elite read $2,000 market reports. They don't just learn, they buy knowledge velocity. They sit next to billionaires, ask better questions, and pay mentors who charge what your car costs. Information. Asymmetry creates financial asymmetry. It's not about working harder, it's about knowing sooner. If your financial advice is coming from social media, you're already the product, not the player. 14. Liquidity is a weapon. Most people stay broke chasing every deal. The rich, they wait. They keep dry powder, not out of fear, but power. When others panic, they pounce. Crash, recession, fire sale, that's shopping season. Because in money, speed matters, but timing matters more. Liquidity is patience with a loaded gun. Cash isn't cowardice, it's preparation. It's the ability to say yes when everyone else is saying if only. If you're always fully deployed, you're never fully in control. Sometimes the smartest move is no move at all. 15. Don't sell time, buy equity. If you're selling time, you're stuck. There are only so many hours you can trade, and most are already spoken for. The wealthy don't clock in, they compound, they build ownership. Startups, stock options, royalty deals, licensing rights. Equity turns effort into assets because while you sleep, equity works. You can't 10x your hours, but you can 10x your stake. Think like a founder, not a freelancer. Every time you choose cash over equity, you're cashing in a future fortune. The goal, stop renting your effort, start owning your outcomes. Time earns a living, equity earns freedom. 16. Master emotional detachment. The market doesn't care how you feel, and the wealthy know it. They don't fall in love with positions. They don't cry over sunk costs. They cut losses fast, let winners run. Emotion is the tax the poor pay on decision-making. The elite stay stoic. Bull run, bear market, doesn't matter. They follow frameworks, not feelings, because when you trade based on panic, you pay twice, once in money and again in regret. Detach, decide, move. Your ability to separate money from emotion will determine how much of it you keep. Your bank account is only as calm as your mind. 17. Learn the language of money. Wealth has a language, and most never learn it. Balance sheets, cap tables, tax shelters, P&Ls. To the rich, these are not jargon, they're vocabulary. Because if you can't speak money, you'll never hear the opportunities being whispered around you. The elite aren't smarter, they're fluent. They know how to read risk, structure deals, and speak with CPAs like it's casual. Money talks, but only a few understand what it's saying. Treat financial fluency like learning French. Study it, practice it, live inside it. Because until you know the language, you'll always need a translator, and translators take a cut. 18. Protect the downside first. Before they think profit, the elite think protection. They ask, what's the worst that can happen? And then they build walls around it, insurance, legal entities. Hedged positions, exit clauses. They never bet the house, they bet from inside one. You don't get rich by taking wild swings. You get rich by making sure a single punch won't knock you out. Because survival is the secret ingredient to success. Before you aim for upside, lock the floor, think defense before offense. The best investors, they don't just dream big, they protect small. And that's why they're still standing when others fold.